Bev again with the two-part video. Second part is a motorcycle story, and I'm going to bring it to you from Nigeria, West Africa. Okay, my question is, why do physically fit people have a higher water content, right? We all know that, on average, it's between 55 and 65% is what you should aim for, right? An average of 60% water in your body. But why do physically fit people have more water than the average sedentary person? And when I say physically fit, I mean the people that got that way through intentional and strenuous exercise, weightlifting, Pilates, I don't care what it is, but outside the normal daily activities or the normal workplace activities, all right? So first thing I want to do is look at the different tissues in your body. And what you're going to see is each of them has a different water content. And fat is 10%, muscles 75%, bone 25, blood 80, lungs 80, brain 75. Now, intentional strenuous exercise, for example, weightlifting, as I do, is, you want less porous bones. You want strong bones. You don't want osteo, right? It's going to help that. Blood, wow, 80%. What it's going to do is decrease your blood viscosity or thickness, which means the nutrients delivered to your hardworking muscles are going to travel there a little more easily, right? Lungs, better oxygen movement. You always need oxygen for energy, right? Anyway, all of these things, but I'm going to zero in on these two, fat and muscles, because there's such a difference in the amount of water in those types of tissues. Okay, so what I want to say is, what do I want to say? Oh, let's take this off. The more sedentary you are, the less water, as I said, in your tissues, okay? So it means a lot of things, but I'm picking out one thing here. A decreased ability to clear acidic toxins. And what happens is normally if your body has a few, it knows how to deal with them. It sends them to your liver, to your kidneys, and eventually disposes of them. But when you are too highly acidic or toxic, your body doesn't want the acidity near any of its healthy cells, so it has to store it somewhere. Where does it store it? Oh yeah, you better believe it, in your fat cells. And if you don't have enough fat cells, well, it's going to make them fatter, but if you don't have enough, it's going to make more fat cells. So you want more water, not less water. Over here, these fit people have more water, and so taking a different look at it, they have a more efficient metabolic rate. That's your metabolism, and that's your ability to burn calories. So you can see the amount of water in your body is very, very important. But the main issue when I talk about fat and muscle body tissues in terms of water content is what you're dealing with with the more fit person is a more ideal tissue composition, okay? So they're going to have less body fat and more lean muscle tissue, okay? So the muscles need water to power up their cells to meet the demands that you're demanding of your muscle tissues when you exercise. So more fit people have a lot more water. Just a quick note for you, quick and dirty. Now, my Nigerian bike story, if you listen to my other stories, I did about 100,000 kilometers of biking in West Africa. Anyway, I lived in Boko, Nigeria. And when I first arrived, I bought my bike in Jos, which was about 400 kilometers north. So every time I had to get bike maintenance, I was driving north to Jos. I could have gotten it done in the little town, but I'm like, well, I don't know if they know what they're doing, and I really rely on this motorcycle. So I wanted to go up to Joss for the bike maintenance, but mainly because they had cold beer, right? They didn't have cold beer in Boko. So there was another Canadian expat volunteer who lived about 25 kilometers from me. Her name was Judy. So I went over and I said, Judy, do you want to go up to Joss with me? You know, I got to get some bike maintenance and they have cold beer. And she said, yeah, I'm on. So anyway, for the weekend, and you know, 400 kilometers in West Africa, it's not like riding on a, you know, an interstate here in North America, right? I was on a 2-stroke 185 Suzuki with no backrest. Now, I had two canvas bags built for the side. So I said to Judy, you have one for your stuff? I got one for mine. So just hang on to me and away we go, right? Now, the roads were very sketchy. And as I said, it was an all-day event to get there. That's because the asphalt, you know, it was laid by the British people, you know, when they were running Nigeria, but it was never maintained after. So it got eroded on the sides. And believe me, I'm talking erosion where sometimes you're only left with 2 feet of asphalt, right? And, you know, when you're going up over a hill on 2 feet of asphalt, you're wondering what the hell is coming the other side. But anyway, so... And I guess another problem was, you know, if you're going around corners with a 10-foot drop off, no sides to the road, and you're wondering, like, you know, it's a blind corner, no mirrors, you don't know if anybody's coming around the other side. So we took lots of chances up, but we wanted that cold beer, right? Anyway, my story comes down to the heat. Now, it was always over 40 degrees Celsius, and you guys in the States, that's over 104 Fahrenheit all the time. So you take that kind of heat, the heat from the bike, the sound of the bike. You know, a bike has that kind of continual sound, and it can make you a bit sleepy, right? So anyway, I'd be riding, and remember, there's no backrest on the bike, right? And so Judy's on the back, and I'd be going, and then I think, what is that beside me? And it was her foot, right? She was falling. I'd have to push her foot down. Oh, sorry, I was falling asleep. Anyway, this went on the whole trip up, but surprisingly, we made it. We both lived, and we got that delicious cold beer, right? That was worth it. But we had to stay overnight in I don't even remember where we stayed, but somewhere. And I had a big cow chain. I used to lock up my bike when I was staying at a hotel. Anyway, that's my Nigerian story, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Whoop, this is not working. Okay.